Namaste. I hope you're all doing good. Hope you're keeping well, and I hope you're shining bright as the stars that you are. This video is going to be on... I haven't got a title yet. As usual, I just tend to press record and whatever happens, happens. But this is going to be on enlightenment, on shadows, and on why we are, if we are in an age of enlightenment, if we are in the age of Aquarius, the age of the washing away of the old and the recreation of the new, or the reconstruction or the resurrection of the new, then why are we seeing so much darkness? Why do we seem to be witnessing more darkness than ever before in modern history? Don't forget, this universe is cyclical. Everything goes in cycles. So there is nothing new under the sun. Everything that has happened before, and it just goes round in these cycles. Okay, so, but not exactly the same thing happens. Rather, that'd be boring. But there's always the same ascension cycles, enlightenment cycles, followed by descension cycles, deconstruction cycles, and descent cycles, or cycles of darkness. So if planet Earth has moved, if Gaia has moved into the fourth density positive polarity, then what went wrong? What has gone wrong? Why are we seeing more darkness, more corruption, more what we would call evil surfacing than ever before in modern history? And it's not just because we've got the internet, although the internet is certainly greatly assisting. Of course, you have to use discernment, but the internet is a double-edged sword. It's greatly assisting the truth movement and the awakening in many ways, if you know how to decipher, if you know how to discern the truth. Okay, there's a reason, a very good reason, why we are seeing more and more darkness being exposed on planet Earth. And this isn't just darkness that is, and corruption that is happening now. We are seeing, and we will be seeing, far more of the uncovering, the unveiling, the apocalypse, the revelation. Apocalypse means unveiling. To unveil, to remove the veil. Now, okay, for this analogy, let's think of, so what does light do? Light, when the sun is coming up at dawn, the biggest shadows are casted, the longest shadows are casted. We are in the dawn period of an ascension cycle of enlightenment. Now, what is enlightenment? What does enlightenment mean? Lights. Light. So it means to go into the light, or for the light to expose, the light to shine, And so we could look at this physically and metaphysically. The metaphysical meaning of this is the darkness, the corruption, the what we would call evil, mankind, humankind. Good and evil don't really exist, although we use those words. It's really, everything is on a scale of positive at one end and negative at the other end. So let's call this the negative, the darkness, the negative, the corruption. We are in the dawn period, the dawning of a new golden age. You could think of this as the end of the Silver Age, moving into the dawn of a golden age. Now, in order for the golden age to fully arise, to fully irradiate and to commence forward, there has to be a period of dawn where the largest shadows are exposed. Only during the dawn period does this happen. Now, how long this lasts is unknown. It's up to humanity as to how many of us wake up, how many of us wake up to and choose love instead of fear. Love and love's derivatives instead of fear and fear's derivatives. Unity instead of disharmony. Now, the very fact that more and more corruption, more and more shadows are being exposed is a very, very positive sign. And this is just the beginning. From what I've been shown, this period will intensify over the next coming years and decades. More and more will come to light. Can you see how this works? Will come to light. More and more of the shadows will be exposed by the light. Now, light is also a part of the Merkaba body. You have a Merkaba body. I've done videos on this. There's a couple of videos on this in my teachings and tutorials. Merkaba literally means mer, light. So mer means spirit. Mer, spirit. Ka means light. Ba means body. Spirit, light, body. So we all have a Merkaba that is, in most of us, deactivated. It has been inactive for, or deactivated for, a very large amount of our space-time. Many, many thousands of years. Our Merkabas, our spirit light bodies, are coming back online. For those of us who are reaching the higher sub-octaves of ascension. We are ascending out of the old, out of the darkness, and into the new. But in order to do this, we have to go through a collective dark night of the soul. In facing corruption and darkness, negativity that humanity have collectively been a part of, and the New Age community in general, maybe not in general, but many factions of the New Age community will say, "Well, look, it's us versus them. Right? They are the dark ones. They are the evil. We are the light warriors, and we are battling with the darkness. When did fire ever beat fire? You cannot beat darkness, because darkness, negativity, is a part of this universe. You cannot beat, so you cannot destroy something, you cannot make something disappear when it's a part of this construct, this hologram, this simulation that we're in. What you can do, and what we do during the times of ascension, during the times of enlightenment, to bring light. We are the light bearers. We of the positive, benevolent end of the spectrum, our job is to shine our light, to illumine the shadows, to illumine and expose the darkness. Now, when we go past the dawn period, what happens to the shadows? As the sun rises, as the light intensifies, and when the light gets to the point where the metaphorical sun is directly overhead, the shadows are illuminated, and they appear to disappear. Play on words. They seem to disappear. So what actually happens is the darkness just simply will not be able to, the negativity will not be able to handle the continually raising frequency and vibration of the photons. We are moving into the photon belt. The photon belt is a region of the universe, or the galaxy, where there is a tremendous amount of greater photons coming from the great central sun. Now, these are metaphoric photons, okay? This isn't literally a field of light. This isn't, you're not going to have to wear triple strength sunglasses or put your factor 50 sun lotion on. It's not like that. It's a metaphorical photon belt. It's not detectable by the human eye. You can't sense it directly with the human senses, but you can with your extrasensory perception. As we move further and further into these alignments and this photon belt, the metaphorical sun will be moving ever higher and ever more directly over the negative, the shadows. The shadows will then begin to shrink. You see, first of all, the shadows get bigger and more like intimidating, more, as that sun's rising, the shadows getting longer and seemingly getting bigger, getting darker. Right? But the more that the light, the enlightenment happens, the more these shadows will begin to suddenly shrink, okay? Shrink and seemingly eventually disappear as we reach the peak of the golden age. Your Merkaba, now when our Merkaba light bodies are fully activated en masse, this will make a huge difference. This will have a huge impact. Now, there are meditations, there are different techniques of activating your Merkaba light body, your light vehicle. It's actually a vehicle. It's a upwards pointing tetrahedron and a downward pointing tetrahedron interlinked. So it's a Merkaba, or it is a star tetrahedron and they're counter-rotating. So the upwards pointing pyramidal shaped or tetrahedron will spin clockwise, and the downward pointing tetrahedron would spin anticlockwise, and it creates a field of energy electromagnetism. So electromagnetism it's on the light spectrum, and it's when it's fully activated, it's visible light. That's why many UFO sightings, which are non-physical UFOs, the fifth density and above, certainly sixth density consciousness UFOs, are Merkaba, spirit light bodies. So this period of enlightenment, as we proceed through this age of apocalypse, the age of revealing or unveiling, this will happen more and more. There will be more and more shadows exposed, and it's just bear this in mind. You have had many, many lifetimes, as have I, where you have been the villain, you have been the negative one, I have been the negative one. This was part of the game. This was part of the choosing process of your life journey. We had to have a taste at the negative and the positive. So we have exchanged roles and swapped roles many, many times. So anyone from the New Age who thinks that you are battling these negative ones that have been negative since the very beginning, it's not always the case. And a lot of the time, almost all of the time, you and I have been, in some life or other, one of those negative, polarized entities on the side of darkness. It was a very, and it was very important for us to take part in this, for us to make the choice to decide, what do we want to do? Do we want to follow the path of the negativity and attempt to be harvested, attempt to graduate into the negative polarity, 95% or more in service to self, narcissistic? Or do we follow the positive, benevolent route and polarity, which is the path of light? But in order for you to choose, you had to have been both many, many times. So any New Ager who thinks that you are battling this whole long line, this lineage, this does happen, and there are advanced souls on this earth in fourth density and fifth density who are negative, and they have already graduated. But don't forget that third density is the density of choice. So any one of you who is still in third density, which is the vast majority of the earth, still in late third density, many about to graduate into early fourth density or higher on the positive path, in the positive polarity, you had to have, you will have been one of those humans in the past who chose a negative role. So the ones who some of the ones who you think that you're battling are past reincarnations of your soul playing at the darkness, playing at being negative, polarized. Because otherwise you couldn't choose. Otherwise you wouldn't know which path to follow. And neither is right or wrong to the source, because this dualistic universe needs the darkness, needs the negative polarity to be a dualistic, polarized universe in the first place. So there always has to be that role to fill of the negative. And from what I've been shown, as I've mentioned in past videos, the negative polarity, the minority, although approximately 20% of the entirety of the souls, the entities within this universe, are negative, polarized, from what I've been made privy to. The vast majority are benevolent, are of light, but they don't like to interfere. The ones of light will never try to control you, will always respect your free will choice. They'll never try to persuade you either way. Only the negative will do that. It's all about free will choice, and this is very important to reiterate. Okay, so that is why more and more darkness, more and more shadows are being exposed. We're in the dawn, the dawning of the golden age. We are in a worldwide ascension, a worldwide initiation, and all initiations are tough, and we will have to face, once the veil is lifted, or when we graduate into fourth density, those who are graduating into fourth density, we will have to go through our own individual dark night of the soul as well as collective, because we will have been some of those people, some of those characters who were the darkness, the negativity. So this is how it works from what I've been shown. I hope this clarifies things a bit more, and more darkness will be exposed, more shadows will be exposed the further into the enlightenment, the age of revealing, the age of unveiling. The further we go, the more will be unveiled, revealed. And then it's our job to transmute that, not by fighting it, but by illuminating it with our lights. We are the candles in the dark. We are the candles that are going to illumine this earth realm. We are the lights of the great central sun, here to shine brightly as the stars that we are, to reclaim this realm for that of positive polarity service to others. Okay. As always, one love and namaste.